Chapter 5 of Vairagya Shatakam by Bhartrhari, translated by Swami Madhavananda. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Uday Sagar. Description of the working of time or the principle of change. Saramya Nagari Mahansa Nrupatihi Samantachakram Chatat Parshve Tasya cha sa Vidagdha Parishattaschandra Bimbananaha Udvruttaha Sarajaputra Nivahas Vandinastaha Kadaha Sarvam Yasya Vashadaga Smrutipadam Kalaya Tasmai Namaha. 41. That lovely city, that grand monarch, and that circle of feudatory kings at his side, that cabinet of shrewd counselors of his, and those beauties with moon-like faces, that group of wayward princes, those court minstrels and their songs of praise, under whose power all this fleeted away and became objects of memory. To that Kala, time or the principle of change, salutation. यत्रानेकः क्वचिदपि गृहे तत्र तिष्ठत्यदैको यत्राप्येकस्तदनु बहवस्तत्र नैकोऽपि चान्ते इत्थं चेमौरजनि दिवसौ दोलयं द्वाविवाक्षौ कालः कल्यो भुवन फलके क्रीडति प्राणिशारैः. 42. Where in some home or a square in the case of a checkerboard there once were many, there is now one, and where there was one or many, successively there is none at the end of the game. This is the process in which expert Kala plays his game on the checkerboard of this world, with living beings as the pieces to be moved, and casting the two dice of day and night. Adityasya gata gatai raha sankshiyate jeevitam व्यापारैर बहुकार्य भार गुरुभिः कालो न विज्ञायते दृष्ट्वा जन्म जरा विपत्ति मरणं त्रासश्च नोत्पद्यते पीत्वा मोहमयीं प्रमाद मुदिरामुन्मत्त भूतं जगत्. 43. Daily, with the rising and setting of the sun, life shortens, and time, that is its flight, is not felt on account of affairs heavily burdened with manifold activities. Neither is fear produced at beholding birth, death, old age, and sufferings. Alas, the world has become mad by drinking the stupefying wine of delusion. Ratrihi saiva punaha sa eva divaso matva mudha jantavo dhavantyudyamina tadaiva nibruta prarabdha tattatriyaha व्यापारैः पुनरुक्तभूत विषयैरित्थं विदेनामुना संसारेण खदर्थिता वयमहो महोन्न लज्जामहे. 44. Seeing even the same night to be ever following the same day, in vain do creatures run on their worldly course, perseveringly and busy with various activities set a-going secretly, that is by individual mental resolves. Alas, through infatuation we do not feel ashamed at being thus befooled by this samsara life with occupations in which the same particulars repeat themselves. The idea is how profoundly deluded by desire we live, for never growing old itself, it makes all things look fresh and new, otherwise no worldly pursuit has any real novelty. They are as stale as the uniform appearance of day and night following each other. Nadhyatam padamishvarasya vidivat samsara vichittaye swargadvara kavata patana paturdharmopi noparjitaha nari pina payodharoru yugalam swapnepi nalingitam matuhu kevalameva yauvana vanachhede kutara vayam. 45. Nadhyatam, etc. The feet of the Lord have not been meditated upon by me in due form for the sake of doing away with this samsara or worldly bondage. Svargadvara, etc. Neither has dharma, merit through performance of religious duties, been earned, such as is strong to knock open the gates of heaven. Matruhu kevalameva, etc. We have simply proved to be hatchets, as it were, to cut down the garden of our mother's youth. That is, we have simply made our mother age through giving birth to us. That is the only result we find worthy of mention. Nabhyasta prativadi brundadamani vidya vinitochita खड्गाग्रैः करिकुम्भपीठदलनैर्नाकं ननीतं यशः कान्ता कोमलपल्लवाधररसः पीतो न चन्द्रोदये तारुण्यं गतमेव निष्फलमहो शून्यालये दीपवत्. 46. Nabhyasta, etc. The proper scholarship for a cultured man, such as enables one to defeat hosts of disputants, has not been acquired. Khadagagrauh, etc. by the point of the sword, strong to knock down the capacious temples of elephants. Fame has not been carried to heaven. Tarunyam, etc. Useless has youth passed away like a lamp in a deserted house. Vidya nadhikata kalankarahita vittam cha noparjitam shushrushapi samahitena manasa pitrorna sampadita आलोलायत लोचनाः प्रियतमाः स्वप्नेऽपि नालिङ्गताः कालोऽयं परपिण्ड लोलुपतया आकैरिव प्रेरितः. 47. Vidya nadhikata, etc. Knowledge free from defect has not been mastered. Kalankarahita means free from doctrines incapable of proof. Vittam cha, etc. Riches neither have been earned. Shushrushapi, etc. Services to parents have not been rendered with single-mindedness. Kaloyam, etc. Like crows, all the time has been passed in greediness for food, that is, maintenance obtainable from others. These three stanzas, number 45, 46, 47, strike a rather anomalous note. Here the poet personates a man whose life has been like the lamp burning in a deserted abode, a thorough failure. Such a man is looking back on his youthful years of unmitigated worthlessness. But are the reflections he is making here typical of those who are at the threshold of true renunciation? By no means they are typical. Poet here simply takes up a particular case of an aspirant after renunciation which may serve his poetical purposes best. This aspirant has had, in his youth, no taste of glory, either as a pious man, a dutiful son, a scholarly student, a brave warrior, or a lover of women. He appears to lament here that none of the fourfold aim of human life, dharma, religious merit, artha, wealth, kama, fulfillment of desires, and moksha, liberation, has been pursued by him in the past with the slightest success. Perhaps he means that is best calculated to impress on his mind the vanity of all the ends of a householder's life. But this impression of vanity and consequent non-attachment may very well come, and come with perhaps greater completeness, to men who had the ability to succeed in life, and such men may not at all look back with any lingering regret on enjoyments they are going to leave behind, whether their harvest had been actually reaped by them or not. There is even some inconsistency in the ring of regret running through these stanzas. But the poet is here more concerned with the dramatic effect than psychological precision. Vayam yebhyo jataschira parigata eva khalute sayam yaiha samruddha smruti vishayatam tepi gamitaha idani mete smruhu prati divasa masanna patana gata stulyavastham sikathila nadi thira tarubihi. 48. Those from whom we were born, well, they are now on intimate footing with eternity, long dead. Those with whom we were brought up have also become objects of memory. Now that we have become old, we are approaching nearer to our fall, day by day, our condition being comparable to that of trees on the sandy bank of a river. Chiraparichitaha. A simpler reading is Chiraparigataha. Ayurvarsha shatam runam parimitam ratrau tadardham gatam tasyardasya parasya chardamaparam balatva vruddhatvayoh shesham vyadi viyoga dukkha sahitam सेवादिभिर्नीयते जीवे वारितरंग चंचलतरे सौख्यम कुतः प्राणिनाम. 49. The life of man, as ordained, is limited to 100 years. Half of it is spent in night, and out of the other half, one half again is passed in childhood and old age, and the rest, which has its illness, bereavements, and troubles, is spent in serving others. What happiness can there be for mortals in a life again which is even more uncertain than the ripples on the surface of water? Kshanam balo bhutva kshanam payyuva kamarasikaha kshanam vithairinaha kshanamapi cha sampurna vibhavaha jara jirnairangairnata iva bali mandita tanurnaraha samsarante vishati yamadhani yavanikam. 50. Now a child for a while, and then a youth of erotic ways, a destitute now for a while, and then very wealthy. Just like an actor, man makes at the end of his role, when diseased in all limbs by age and wrinkled all over the body, his exit behind the scene that veils the abode of Yama, death. End of chapter 5. Description of the working of time or the principle of change. Recording by Uday Sagar.